श्रीमान वेंकटनाथार्य कवितार्किक केसरी वेदांताचार्य वर्यो में सन्निधत्तां सदा हृदय श्री विष्णुचित्तकुलनंदन कल्पवल्लीं श्रीरंगराज हरिचंदन योगदृश्यां साक्षात् क्षमां करुणया कमलामिवान्यां गोदामनन्यशरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये नीलातुङ्गस्तनगिरितटे शुद्धमुद्बोध्य कृष्णं पारार्त्यं स्वं श्रुति शत शिरस् सिद्धम् अध्यापयन्ति स्वोच्छिष्टायां शशिनिगलितं या फलात्कृत्य भुङ्क्ते गोदा तस्यै नमैदमिदं भूये एवास्तु भूयः अन्नवयल पुதுவை ஆண்டாள் அரங்கற்கு பன்னு திருப்பாவை பல்பதியம் இன்னிசையால் பாடிக் கொடுத்தாள் நப்பாமாலை பூமாலை சூடிக் கொடுத்தாளை சொல்லு சூடிக் கொடுத்த சுடர்கொடியே தொல்பாவை பாடி அருளவல்ல பல்வளையாய் நாடினி வெங்கடவர்க்கென்னை விதியென்ற இம்மாற்றம் நாம் கடவா வண்ணமே நல்கு. It's a great bhagyam. Is it okay to speak in English or Tamil? It's a Tamil. Okay. Children are okay with Tamil? மாசில் மனந்தெளி முனிவர் வகுத்ததெல்லாம் மாலுகந்த ஆசிரியர் வார்த்தை கொவ்வா. வேதாந்த தேசிகனோட ஒரு லைன். மாசில் மனந்தெளி முனிவர் வகுத்ததெல்லாம் மாலுகந்த ஆசிரியர் வார்த்தை கொவ்வா. அதாவது பராசர மகரிஷி, சுக பிரம்மம், வால்மீகி, வசிஷ்டர், வியாசர் இவெல்லாம் பெரிய மகரிஷிகள். இந்த ரிஷிகள் வாட் எவர் தே கம்போஸ்ட், வெதர் இட் இஸ் ஸ்ரீமத் பாகவதம், வால்மீகிஸ் ராமாயணம், மகாபாரதம், வாட் எவர் they are the realized. Also they have blessed us with those wonderful granthams. அந்த கிரந்தங்கள் அந்த கிரந்தங்கள் ஆழ்வார்களுடைய பாசுரங்களை பார்க்கும்போது ஒரு லெவல் கீழே தான் அப்படிங்கிறாரு வேதாந்த தேசிகன். மாசில் மனந்தெளி முனிவர் வகுத்ததெல்லாம் மாலுகந்த ஆசிரியர் வார்த்தை கொவ்வா. அதாவது ஆழ்வார் மயர்வர மதிநலம் அருள பெற்றவர்கள். they are blessed recipients of பெருமாள்ஸ் grace directly. அதனால் வாட் எவர் த compositions given by ஆழ்வார் are much more grander in terms of the content, yet because they have been blessed by Perumal, whereas rishis have realized by themselves. அதனால் ஆழ்வார்ஸ் when compared to rishis are million times better than rishis. பெரியவாச்சான் பிள்ளையும் அதே தான் தெரிவிக்கிறார். ஒரு தட்டில் ரிஷியை வச்சுட்டு இன்னொரு தட்டில் ஆழ்வாரை வச்சா ஆழ்வார் தட்டு கீழே போகுமா. ஏன்னா அவ்வளவு ஒரு கான்டென்ட், அவ்வளவு ஸ்ட்ரென்த் ஆழ்வார்களுக்கு. அதே போல் எல்லா ஆழ்வார்களையும் ஒரு தட்டில் வச்சு பெரியாழ்வாரை இன்னொரு தட்டில் வச்சா பெரியாழ்வார் தட்டு கீழே போகுமா. பெரியாழ்வாருடைய மகத்துவம், மகிமை, வைபவம் அவ்வளவு பெருசு. பிகாஸ் after all, no other Alvar is a father-in-law of Ranganathan. Only Periyalvar can be the father-in-law of Ranganathan. அதனால் பெரியாழ்வாருக்கு அவ்வளவு மகத்துவம். அதுவும் வேண்டிய வேதங்களோதி விரைந்து கிழியறுத்தான் அந்த பரத்துவத்தை he established. அதனால் பெரியாழ்வாருக்கு அவ்வளவு ஒரு மகத்துவம். பெரியவாச்சான் பிள்ளை goes further. ஒரு தட்டில் பெரியாழ்வாரை வச்சு இன்னொரு தட்டில் ஆண்டாளை வச்சா ஆண்டாள் தட்டு கீழே போகும். ஏன்னா பெரியாழ்வாருடைய குமாரத்தி ஆண்டாள் இஸ் மில்லியன் டைம்ஸ் கிராண்டர் தேன் பெரியாழ்வார் himself. பிகாஸ் விஷ்ணு சித்தர் அவ்வளவு ஆச்சரியமாக பொண்ணை வளர்த்துருக்கார். எவ்ரி சைல்டு இஸ் லைக் அ பிளாட்டிங் பேப்பர். when it is born they are as fresh as any other child. ஆனால் அது how we bring up, that's key. We can do all sorts of mischief and misbehave, but we want the children to be good. How is it possible? When you say satyam vada dharmam chara, first we have to speak truth. We tell the child, if somebody calls, tell them I am not at home. We tell them. So that how we cannot expect the child to speak truth. So because of Periyalvar's greatness, the Andal has grown to be what she is, who she is. Adhu Vedanta Desikan mentions that Sri Vishnu Chitta Kulanandana Kalpavalli. She is like a Kalpaka, the creeper. She is like a creeper, Kalpaka creeper, born in the Kulam of Vishnu Chitta. And she is the daughter of the one whose Chittam is always on Vishnu. His mind always contemplates on Vishnu. Adanal Sri Vishnu Chitta Kulanandana Kalpavalli. Also, Swami Manavala Mamuni says, Indro Tiruvadi Puram, Yamakkaga Andro Andalinga Avatarittal. Andal took birth only for our sake because of her Vatsalyam. She was enjoying as a spouse of Sriman Narayana, Sri Vaikunthanathan in Sri Paramapadam, just like Mahalakshmi. But Pirati, Bhumi Pirati, always longed to bless the children on the earth because of her Vatsalyam. And hence, she decided that I would take birth as the daughter of Periyalvar and I would transform the people to come into the fold of Sriman Narayana's lotus feet. And she, because of her Vatsalyam, she took this birth and discarding the bhogam of Sri Vaikuntham. Discarding, igand, and the Vaikuntha Valvai igand, she came. Who would do that? And that's her Vatsalyam, that's her Daya. And also, Anjukudikkur Santadiyai. Anjukudi, because Andal had 5 brothers. That is why Anjukudikkur Santadiyai. There could be one. Or it means that the other Alvars, you can say Mudal Alvar, 1, Thirumaishay Alvar, Namma Alvar, Madhurakavi Alvar. So Anjukudikkur or Periyalvar, Anjukudikkur Santadiyai. Because she excelled much more than the other Alvar. Much more. There is no comparison with other Alvar. If you take Swami Namma Alvar, if you take Trimangai Alvar, if you take Kulasegar Alvar or even Periya Alvar, they all cried. They were longing. They all were lamenting about Perumal's grace. Kanna Kadarigindren. Arudar Kalaiganamma Arangama Nagarudane. Kadarigiren, Kanna Kadarigiren, Tondradipodi Alvar mentioned. Nammalvar says, Nichane, Nirai Wondrimilen, Yenkan, Pasam Vaita Paranjular Jodike. Trimangai Alvar, Venden Manai Valke, Vinnagar Mayavane. So all of them were crying in pain. Whereas Andal is not crying. She wanted to unite with Krishna. She wanted to unite with Ranganathan. She was longing for the love of Sriman Narayana. And she by force got Krishna. Force means she had the Pumalai and she also had the Pamalai. The garland as well as the Pamalai. She is called Sudi Kodutta Nachiyar. She is also called Padavalla Nachiyar. So Malai Kattina Malai. Malai Tirumal Kattina Malai. Which Malai? The garland as well as the Pamalai. Tirupavai plus Nachiyar Tirumazhi. And the Nachiyar Tirumazhi, 143 verses. Orunutru Narpattu Mundu Raital Valiye. Why 143? They say, I love you. 143. That is why Andal stopped at 143 verses. And this Tirupavai plus Nachiyar Tirumazhi were able to entangle Krishna into his fold. And also Malai, Goda means Malai. Goda is another meaning is garland. So Malai Kattina Malai, Malai Tirumalai Kattina Goda. And hence she is called the one who has tied him down. That is why Parasara Bhattar mentions Neela Tungas Tanakiri Tati Subda Mudbhotya Krishnam. She woke him up. She woke up all the friends of Andal as well as she woke up Krishna. And not only did she wake him up, The moment she woke him up, she could have said, this is my request. This is my prayer. Please listen to my prayer and heed to my request. She could have asked. She didn't say that. First you wake up. Then you walk. I want to see you walk. Come like a Simha Gati. I want to see your beautiful gait. Walk. And then she asked him to sit on the Simhasana. Now he says, what do you want? Now look at me. Don't look at other girls. Look at me. Angadi rendum kondi engal mel nokkudiyal. Please look at me. And then she asked him to look at her. And once you look at me, now listen to me. Then after telling her request, she says, okay, what do you want? You want the drums, right? Parai. Take this parai. No. Itrai parai golvan andrigan govinda. This is not the parai we want. We want the eternal communion with you. And not for me, for all of us. Uttromeyavam umakke namachaivam. And she says, this is what you had promised before. This is what you had assured, saying, Sarvadharman parityaja mamekam sharanam raja. Aham tva sarva papebhya mokshayishyami ma suchaga. You only mentioned. Drop karma jnana bhakti yogam. Surrender to me alone. I would absolve you of all papams and grant you moksham. Aham tva sarva papebhya mokshayishyami. Do not fear, do not lament anymore. Come to me. You only said, have you forgotten? So she woke him up, she reminded him of his statements, she reminded him of his assurances, which are assuaging for the Jivatmas. She asked us, come with me, stand behind me, beside me. Now he will take care of us. Who else would do like that other than the most compassionate mother? Nobody else. And why Andal is so great is because of this. Because of her Vatsalya. Because of her Daya. And she addresses the cuckoo. She addresses the cuckoo bird. She addresses the parrot. And she addresses all of them to appeal on her behalf to Krishna as a messenger. However, they did not listen because they were all doing their own work. She just took hold of those birds, those parrots. However, they are supposed to be the acharyas who would go and recommend. Perhaps they would have gone and appealed to Krishna. But now Krishna takes pity on her. So Krishna blessed her with a dream. And that is a dream which all of us know. Varanamayiram Sula Valam Cheyde Naranan Nambi Nadakindran En Nandri Yedir Purana Purkudam Vaitu Puramengum Thoranam Katta Kana Kanden Tholinan. Here Andal enjoys most beautifully the pasurams of Varanamayiram, where she conducts the wedding in the dream. All of us get dream. Sometimes we get dream as if we are chased by the tiger. Sometimes we get dream that we are having a nightmare and we get up sweating. Because Ramanuja mentions in Sri Bhashyam that the dream that we get is nothing but our karma. Because when we are having the dream, it is a real experience. Only after we wake up, we get to know that it was a dream. Until then, it's an experience which we actually do feel, really. And hence, Ramanuja mentions that the dream is as real as it could be. And it is Perumal who gives punishment or the reward through the dream because of our karma. Because I remember when I was young, my mother was giving such a horrible sound in her sleep. We really woke her up because we could not bear that sound. We woke her up. She said there was a big python which was swallowing her up to the chest. It has already swallowed. And only the neck and the head had to be swallowed. she was having that dream. So, the dream was the experience to get rid of our karma. It Valkondu Visina Pole, Vedanta Desikan mentions. So, when we have a karma, when we have to get removed, it's not necessary that we have to undergo punishment in the real life. Even if it is dream, it is a punishment or it is a reward. So, we should be happy that we got a good dream. That's why when we go to bed, we have to utter Madhava, Madhava, or mention Kshirasagara Taranga Sikara Charatarakita Charumurtaye Bogi Boga Sayaniya Sayine Madhavaya Madhavidvishaya Namaha. That Madhava name has to be uttered before going to bed so that we get at least good dream. And here Andal's dream is not karma vasana. It is the dream which God, Krishna, blessed her with this dream so that she can enjoy the actual wedding. So she mentions in the Varanamayiram Pasuram so nicely that the first Pasuram where just a minute. So Purana Purkudam Vaitu Puramengo. So they all bring the Kudam along with Nal Disai Tirtham Konand Nani Nalgi. They bring the sacred pure waters from all the rivers. And Vai Nallar Nalla Marayodi Mandirata. The Brahmins, Vedic scholars, they all recite Vedic hymns for the wedding. And then of course the Pradakshanam is described. And this Pradakshanam, the 7 steps Perumal and Thaiyar they take. Even today in Sri Vaishnavam, in every Sri Vaishnava marriage and in Hindu marriage, the bride and the groom circumambulate, do the Pradakshanam of the Agni by going through and take 7 steps. So they say, Ekamishe Vishnustvan Vetu, Dve Urje Vishnustvan Vetu, Trini Vrataya Vishnustvan Vetu. So, in that, this Ekamishe Vishnustvan Vetu, so here is the first mantram where we say, I take the first step with you as my wife. So when it circumambulates, it means, so for all those girls who are yet to be married, follow this. It's a very Vedic significant mantrams. So Ekamishe Vishnustvan Vetu, when you take the mantram, he says, the groom says, I take the first step and you take along with me the step that you being my wife. And then may Lord Vishnu follow your step to make sure that you have undiminishing food all throughout your life. Whether it is Swiggy or Zomato or Grab, you will get the food. And then Dve Urje Vishnustvan Vetu. Here he says, you have now taken the second step with me as my wife. May Lord Vishnu follow you with strength. You will be having Drida Arogyam, with the perfect health all through your life, so that you would also feed me well, and I will also have good arogyam. And then Trini Vrataya Vishnustvan Vetu, the third step, Vrata Anushtanam. It is not just having food and arogyam. The husband and the wife need to have Anushthanam. Trikudam Andavan used to say that do not give coffee unless the husband does Sandhyavanam. Otherwise, don't give him coffee. So, at least let him go and pour one glass of water outside. Just pour and come back. The Perumal will accept as the argyam. So, you should follow and ask him to adhere to the Anushthanam. Then, Chatvari Mayo Bhavaya Vishnustvan Vetu. Here, you and I would be blessed with the conjugal happiness throughout our life. Then Pancha Pashubhyo Vishnustvan Vetu. You and I will be blessed with all Pashu, cow, which actually means with the best of wealth, Sakala Aishwaryam you would get. And Shat Rutbhyo Vishnustvan Vetu. Rutu, Shat Rutubhyo means 6 Rutus. There are Varsha Rutu, Grishma Rutu. So like that 6 seasons. All the 6 seasons you and I will be happy. Not quarrel every day, fight, not that. And then finally, then he says, Shapta Saptabhyo Hotrobhyo O Vishnustvan Vetu. Here, Shapta Saptabhyo Hotrobhyo O Vishnustvan Vetu. Here, he mentions that the Mahavishnu is beseeched to follow her 7th step. Here the Veda mantra says Hotrobhyo O Vishnustvan Vetu, which means perform Aupasanam, Agnihotram, Grihasthasrama, Tirvaradhanam, all that need to be followed, and you have to help me with the Samagriya, making the columns, performing the Suddhi of the vessels, all that. But I used to understand this Hotro Obhyo. You become my heartthrob. So you are my heartthrob throughout my life. So therefore you have more power than me, because the Agni Bhagavan has blessed you with all that. So when they take the 7 steps, it means all those Vedic significance are there. Andal mentions that Krishna and Andal took those 7 steps in that. And then there is also, when the wedding is conducted, both the gurus, the priest, Vadhyar, from Andal's side as well as from Krishna's side, they say Deva Meedan's Naptaram, Vyasam Vasishta Naptaram, Shakte Pautram Akalmasham, Parasarat Majam Mande, Sukatatam Taponidhim. For Vyasam Vasishta Naptaram. Napta means the one who is the great grandson. Napta in Sanskrit means one who is the great grandson. He is the great grandson of Vasishta. Vyasam Vasishta Naptaram, Shakte Pautram Akalmasham. Shakti's grandson. And Parasara Maharishi's son, Vyasa. Shuka's father. Here, the Krishna's side Vadhyar says, Devameedan's Naptaram, Surasenan's Pautran, Vasudevan's Putran, Krishna. Because you have to tell the kulam. In the wedding, the groom and the bride, who their family belongs to, they have to say Devameedan's Naptaram, Surasenan's Pautran, Vasudeva's son, and Krishna. Here, Lakshmi Narayanan's Naptri, Mukunda Bhattar's Pautri, Vishnu Chittar's Putri, Andal, Goda. So they have all the people who say that there is no character like Andal. There are people who talk about it. Even our own Ayingars have said in the past that there is no Andal. It is Vishnu Chittar who wrote Tirupavai and Nachiyar Thirumai. It is just he wrote in his daughter's, fantasized daughter's name. They talk all that. But Andal was a real character. Uma Pirati took the avataram as Andal. She appeared on the earth in the Nandavanam of Vishnu Chittar. And she is the great granddaughter of Lakshmi Narayanan, granddaughter of Mukunda Bhattar, daughter of Vishnu Chittar. And that is what we need to bring both the lineages, and they get married. And these two, and here Vedanta Desika mentions in the wedding, Krishna and Goda, they are together. Rangamannar and Goda, they are together. When bridegroom and bride are there, the people talk. The people just argue. Because in every wedding there is a problem, there are fights. The daughter's side, the bride side, they would say, மாப்பிள்ளை compared to my girl, மாப்பிள்ளை is not that great. என் பொண்ணு அழகு வராது, மாப்பிள்ளைக்கு கொஞ்சம் நிறம் கம்மி தான். என்ன இருந்தாலும் பொண்ணு அழகு தான். they say. And the மாப்பிள்ளை side will say, பொண்ணு கொஞ்சம் பருமன், பொண்ணு கொஞ்சம் ஷார்ட், பொண்ணு கொஞ்சம் ஒல்லி, இந்த மாதிரிலாம் பேசுவாள். Because they want to talk higher about their boy. Whereas the girl side, they want to talk higher about their girl. And there are many neutral people who have come just for feast. And they would say, no, Jodi Porutha made for each other, excellent. They would talk. And Vedanta Desika tells that in Godastuti. He says, Nyuna Adhikatva Samata. Here, Vividai Nyuna Adhikatva Samata Vishayai Vivadai. Nyuna, they say talk about low. Adhikatva, some talk high. Samata, some talk equal. Vishayai Vivadai, this Vivadam, this argument happens. Between who? Vachalayanti Vasudha, Trilokim. All the three worlds people who assemble at the wedding, Vasude, they talk about these things. They talk and they say low, they say high, they say equal, and they are arguing. They are having Vishayar Vivadai. Even it happened in my wedding. They said, Yangat Ponnike, Kula Ninna, as if I am the last one to get. So they were arguing like that. So you should not take it to your mind. So tomorrow the bride and groom should not argue on these aspects. And that is why when they argue, Rangamannar and Andal look at each other and smile. See how they are arguing, they are happy, they are pleased. And in fact, our Rangamannar has a hand like this. He holds a hand like this. When he holds a hand like this, he gives a gentle push to his elbow to Andal. He simply touches with the elbow to Andal. When Andal, being feminine, with her natural shyness, she takes, when he touches, she slightly shifts her hip to the right. That is why she has a tribangi. Her body is like that because when he touches her hip with the elbow, she has to bend like this. So the Goda is generally bent little bit because of Rangamannar's mischief. And that is the reason. And Shatamaka Maninila Charu Kalhara Hasta Stanapara Namidangi Sandra Vatsalya Sindhugu Alaga Vinigidabi Shragbira Krishnanata Vilasati Hidigoda Vishnu Chittat Majanaha. Such a beautiful slokam. Vedanta Desika completes the Goda Stuti with this slokam, where it is equivalent to Vyakya Mudram Karasarajijai Pustakam Shanka Chakre. It is the mantra siddhi. When you have to contemplate Hayagriva, Lakshmi Hayagriva, with the Vyakya Mudram Karasarajijai Pustakam Shanka Chakre, with the mudra and with the Pustakam. Pustakam means it's not a book like this. It is the Volaichuvadi, the palm leaf, and the Pustakam. And Hayagriva blesses us. Here, Shatamaka Manilila, the blue hued like the Indra Neela Kal. Goda is shining. She is glowing resplendently. She is glowing. The splendor is so beautiful that one has to behold in our eyes. It is such a feast for our eyes. Shatamaka Maninila Charu Galhara Hasta. She holds the flower in her hand. Charu Halga Stanapara Namidangi Sandra Vatsalya Sindhu. Because of her Vatsalyam, because of her compassion, Daya, and because of the Vatsalyam, she has a slightly bent back. Because of the bosom, she bends like this, and the Vatsalyam, and it starts lactating, thinking of her children. And this Vatsalyam, she always thinks of her darling children. And Vatsalya Sindhu, Alaga Vinigidabi Sragbira Krishnanada, Shudi Kodutta Nachiyar, the garland which she had adorned herself with, that garland is used for Ranganathan. That garland which she had worn, it is being used for Rangamannar, for Krishna. And here, no other Devi, her garland is used for Ranganathan, except for Andal. Only Andal's garland is used for Ranganathan. Ranganathan's garland is used for Mahalakshmi, for other Devis, but not the other way. For Andal, it only goes one way. Andal's garland is adorned by Ranganathan with a bent head. He bows down. He is a Sarveshwaran. He is a Swatantran. Nobody can ask him to bow down, but he bows down to his wife, Bhuma Devi. And Akrishnanatha, that Nathan is lured, attracted with that garland, and that is why he bows down. And this attraction is because of the garland, because of the Pumale, because of the Pamale. And what is so great about the Pamale? There are 1,000 plus pasurams. There are 1,000 plus pasurams by Nammalvar. There are 1,000 plus pasurams by Tirumangai Alvar. 473 pasurams by Periyalvar. And 45 pasurams by Tondaradippadi Alvar in Tirumalai. 10 pasurams in Tirupalli Aichi. So many pasurams, so many Alvars. But I asked one of the Sri Vaishnavas, do you know Tirunedandakam? He asked, who is he? So, he thought Tirunedandakam is a person. That much knowledgeable people are. Tirumangai Alvar's one of the works is Tirunedandakam, which I was not aware 2 years back. So, the Tirunedandakam, Tiruvellikuttirukkai, Tirukkurundandakam, Periya Tiruvandadi, Tiruvasiriyam, Tiruviritham, nobody knows. Tirupavai, everyone knows. Whether they know Tirupavai Pasuram or not, they know the word Tirupavai. Even in Thailand, the king, when he takes over the oath, he recites Tirupavai. At least the priest will recite Tirupavai. Even in north, people recite Tirupavai. So Tirupavai is so popular. Tirupavai, why is it so popular? Because it is so simple. Anything said simple will always be remembered. Nobody else could make it simpler verses than Andal. Right from the beginning up to the end, it is extremely simple. She wakes up the friends. She wakes up Nandagopan, Yashodai, Balaraman, Krishna, Nappinai. She wakes up all of us. She wakes up Paramatma, she wakes up Jivatma. She asks both of them to sit, facing each other. Then she says, this is your duty. And she tells the Jivatma, he is the one who needs to take care of you. You both are related. I am here to support. Who else could do this except for the mother? And the mother's Vatsalyam is no way that we can match. Such an unparalleled Vatsalyam mother. Because of that, Tirupavai is so popular and grand. And it is our bhagyam to witness the wedding of our Andal and Rangamannar in this house. And Mukunda Bhattar's Pautri, I said, here Mukunda Bhattar's daughter. And the Mapillais are all there. And there are, of course, who talk about the groom. And there are here who talk about the bride. And they argue here. Rangamannar is so beautiful, no, Andal is better. They argue. And here, we need to always remember that there is a Tenga Uruttal ceremony, which we may also have here. And this Tenga Uruttal, the bridegroom will have 2 Tengas and the bride will have 2. So equal. That is what Nyuna Tirikta Samata. Nyuna, lower, Adhika, sometimes higher, Samata, equal. Now it is equal. 2 coconut there and 2 coconut here. Then the priest Vadyar will say, Varana Mayira Sura Valanjayde Narana Nambe Nadakindra Nandrede Then Vaite Poramangam. Then when the girl will first roll the coconut. The girl doesn't know how to roll the coconut. So it will go this way. And immediately it will stop in the middle. Then the girl side and the boy side will say, don't touch. She failed in sending that coconut. It is she who needs to correct her action. You don't touch. You don't give up. You don't yield. If you yield now, for rest of your life you have to yield. As if he is going to yield tomorrow. So they will say all this. But this guy will say, the girl side will say, look at him, just smile at him, he will take. The moment she smiles, then they will take. So now he has 3, she has 1, lower. Now he would send. When he would send, it will stop in between and both of them will hold. Then they will fight for getting that coconut. So this play is so wonderful. It gives such a happiness to the whole crowd. And those days, the marriage used to happen when the girl is 16 and the boy is 18. They used to have this wedding. So the children need some entertainment. Otherwise they will get tired. But now they want everything finished in 15 minutes. Because the girl and the boys are in their mid-30s. So naturally they get tired. So they don't have time for urtifying coconut. So they want dice. So now Andal and Rangamannar would play so beautifully this Varanamayiram. And we will enjoy Shatamaka Maninila Charu Algaragasta, Stanapara Namidangi Sandra Vatsalya Sindugu, Alaga Vinidabi Sragbira Krishnanatha, Vilasati Gishti Goda, Vishnu Chittat Majanaha. May that Rangamannar and Andal reside in our heart forever and bless us. Andal Trivadigale Sharanam. Kavitarkika Simhaya Kalyana Gunasaline Srimate Venkateshaya Vedanta Gurave Namaha. Dhanyosmi.